Welcome to the third annual Women in Data Science at AUB conference. Thank you all for being here today. I'm delighted to be hosting you on behalf of the Olayana School of Business and AUB. And I'm thrilled to see faces, old and new, here in person, and to welcome those watching us online from Dubai, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, all over the MENA region, and all over the globe. I would like to specially welcome the OSB Middle East Advisory Board members and our extended team at Stanford University. This conference could not have been without our highly accomplished female speakers at the forefront of data science in the region and around the world. We are very happy to have them with us today, an integral part of this effort. And I personally look forward to exciting discussions on major advances in the field. Singularity is a powerful concept. In physics, it can be defined as either a jump in an otherwise continuous process or a point with infinite value. Common examples are black holes or the Big Bang. Singularities, however, are dangerous. For instance, one can never emerge from a black hole. Arguably, we've been experiencing an intriguing singularity for a while now, not in outer space, but rather within our human spheres. The singularity I'm talking about is all around us. It is data. To be more precise, it is unprecedented data generation, storage, and analysis. We have reached a unique moment in history. What was once science fiction is now rapidly advancing science and will soon become a core business capability. Technology has set off waves of accelerating change. Innovations in data science, especially machine learning and deep learning, have expanded automation and the possibilities of this recent field well beyond what industry experts have predicted. It is now possible to create algorithms that learn from data and adapt to new inputs without being supervised, explicitly reprogrammed, or retrained. Artificial intelligence is transforming every walk of life, from criminal justice to marketing to healthcare to banking to economics. New trends are setting off industry disruptions and posing new challenges. Algorithms scour our social media data and browsing history and recommend to us products that we need but never knew existed. Systems enabled by data science and machine learning can analyze medical records for early disease detection, suggest new drug compounds, manage logistics, provide customer service, or even write a news story. Data scientists in this field have recently made breakthroughs that enable machines to recognize objects and faces, beat humans in solving problems, read lips, and even speak fluently by generating natural language. The volume of data continues to double every 3 years. Data scientists now have unprecedented computing power at their disposal and are devising more sophisticated algorithms. Digital giants such as Google, Amazon, Netflix, and IBM are leading the way in these innovations, seeing machine learning as fundamental to their core business and strategy. I'm happy to see these tech companies represented on our stage today. However, before we let our imagination run amok, we need to cultivate the indispensable human talent to manage the risks that will inevitably rise from data use. Perhaps to no one's surprise, AI's tools and techniques can be misused. One AI-related risk springs from the way AI models are trained. Data sets used in training algorithms are based on historical data, which, as we well know, incorporates both racial and gender biases. The results are applications of these algorithms that perpetuate or even aggravate these biases. Recently, Amazon abandoned an AI-powered algorithm recruiting tool after years of trials, as it showed systematic bias against women given its training historical data. To counteract these biases, data scientists must examine potential issues in the training data. And because of the nature of these biases, greater diversity within the field is instrumental. Behind AI, there is HI, human intelligence. And we need to make sure we have capable talent who can properly harvest the potential of automation through AI fully, accurately, and responsibly. Today's conference promotes a culture that supports the diversity critical to our success. We must ensure that women have an equal opportunity in education and economic employment. We must ensure that Aya Bdair, Zaha Hadid, Mona Nimr, Huda Zughbi, and others are no longer the exception. We must ensure that we are continually fostering a culture to promote diversity in the spirit of our history. In fact, the first coder in the history of humanity was a woman, Lady Ada Lovelace, an English mathematician. In the early 1800s, she wrote the first algorithm in history. 200 years later, 40% on average of STEM graduates in Arab countries are women, a higher percentage than in the US and Europe. However, 13 of the 15 countries with the lowest rate of female participation in the workforce are in the Arab world. Our world, hence, is at a crossroads, as terms like AI turn more colloquial, STEM fields turn more excluding of women. Can we do better? Beyond our Arab world, the Me Too movement has highlighted over the past couple of years the tribulations women endure across all walkways of life, including STEM. Therefore, our gathering here is more crucial now than ever. We feel equal parts, hopeful and fearful. Hopeful for a world that can be, fearful of the world that is. However, we must not let fear triumph over hope, for it's only in hope that we can persist. As John Meacham, the renowned American historian, recently wrote, fear is about limits, hope is about growth. We want to grow. Finally, we do not walk our paths alone. None of this would have been possible without the vision and leadership of this university. On behalf of the WiDS AUB team, I would like to thank President Fadlu Khouri, whose leadership is propelling AUB to shape the future of the region. Many thanks for the Olayan School of Business leadership, Dean Steve Harvey, who has supported us every step of the way and whose leadership inspires each one of us to transform the business thinking in the MENA region. Thank you from the heart for Ms. Rasha Bouhsali, who's working with me on institutionalizing this initiative and whose commitment and the drive are essential in making this event happen. Ms. Fida Kanaan, with whom I co-founded WiDS AUB, Dr. Lina Daou, my dear friend and colleague, and Dr. Huda Daw, WiDS AUB ambassador. I have enjoyed incomparable support from our AUB partners who have been instrumental and core to the success and continuity of WiDS AUB. Thank you for the general support of Professor Mohammed Sayegh, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Executive VP of Medical Affairs. Dr. Wafi Sabra and Dr. Jihad Touma, directors of the Center for Advanced Mathematical Sciences, CAMS. Dr. Youssef Asfour, AUB Chief Information Officer. Professor Hassan Diab, Vice President for Regional External Programs. Ms. Salma Waida, Associate VP for Advancement. Dr. Shadi Saleh, Associate VP for Health Affairs. Dr. Bijan Azad, Director of the Darwaza Center for Innovation, Management, and Entrepreneurship. Special thanks to Mr. Martin Asser and Mr. Simon Kashar and the entire AUB Office of Communication. And a big thank you from the heart to Kintia Shmeli and the entire OSB Office of Communication, and to Nada Khalidi Uzi and the entire OSB Facilities and Events team. They worked very hard to do an outstanding work for an outstanding event. Allow me also to take a few minutes to thank the organizations who made today possible. First, Zain Group, under the leadership of the Vice Chairman, Mr. Badr Al-Kharafi, and the Chief Diversity Officer, Ms. Mariam Saif, with whom we share the vision of women empowerment for a better Arab world. The Google MENA team, Ms. Joyce Baz and Mr. Salim Iddi, Ms. Hannah Zibyan, branch manager at B+ Bank. I would also like to highlight the incredible support of our community partners, Girls Got IT under the leadership of Ms. Asma Zain, Beirut Digital District, and Dr. Mona Zghaib. We invite you to enjoy this conference, network, inspire, and get inspired to advance our field. Thank you.